Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video. We're going to talk about Chainlink and the upcoming crypto summit coming up tomorrow, and why the Chainlink chart looks like it is ready to start moving up in a big way very soon. So excited to make today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, smack up that like button and let's jump on into it. So obviously tomorrow, we all know, the whole crypto world knows about the first crypto summit from the White House coming tomorrow, March 7th. Now, we made many videos discussing Bitcoin and Bitcoin's, possible outcome and, global liquidity and things of that nature. But obviously, I just want to touch on specifically Chainlink today, and why I still think Chainlink has one of the better looking charts in crypto. And if we're going to see this utility altcoin season, well, I think Chainlink will be one of the best gainers. So obviously, just to talk a little bit about the news coming up, obviously tomorrow is the crypto summit. We all know this, unless you're living under a rock. But Chainlink CEO, Sergey, or Sergey, however you want to say it, we all say it in different ways in different countries, whatever, will be attending, right? So we got the Coinbase CEO, Chainlink co-founder, CEO, strategy, but Sergey will be there, and I'm not surprised that he's going to be there, as Chainlink is, in my opinion, one of the better cryptos and crypto companies going on out there, and has the best potential use case for any type of crypto, and has one of the best chances to actually be used in the real world, right? We've talked about this many times. It's not about the Chainlink price. Well, it is about the Chainlink price chart, but it's also about the potential for it to be possible to be used in the real world. So in RWAs, tokenizing assets, tokenizing the stock market, all that fun stuff, right? It's a fundamental play on Chainlink, and it's also a price play on Chainlink. So we obviously he's going to be there tomorrow. Will he speak? Probably not, but he will be there in the summit tomorrow. So obviously Chainlink, why is it also important? It's also one of the US made cryptos, right? So it is made in the USA, right? So we've seen many of these be the strongest coins. And I think this is going to continue, of the utility coins that are made in the US, I think are going to continue to outperform, right? XRP, Solana, Cardano, Chainlink, HBAR, XLM, some of the best performing alts that we've seen for the past, really since November, right? The past 6 months or so, those have been the best performing coins, right? SUI, BTC, Litecoin. Go down this list. These have been the best performing cryptos in the last 6 months, and I think that's going to continue. And it's very also important that Chainlink is on that list, right? As they'll be at the crypto summit, just like a lot of these other made in the US cryptos, right? So now that we kind of get the fundamentals out of the way, why, we believe in Chainlink, not just because of the price chart, but also because of the fundamentals that back it. Let's go look at the price chart. All right. So Chainlink right now has one of the better formations, and just looks like one of the stronger coins going into this year. And I've said this year, I think Chainlink is going to be a winner, if not the winner of this year. And I still very much stand by that, and we'll look at it from a price chart perspective. But you guys can see here on the weekly chart, this is the weekly chart of Chainlink. What I think you'll just notice if you just look at it right away, is you'll see this 3 higher low structure. And this is, commonly called as 3 rising valleys. And we'll take a look at some previous scenarios of how this has played out in the past for, Chainlink itself back in 2019 and Dogecoin, right? Earlier this year, with the same exact, price kind of structure. But the thing about this Chainlink chart is it's on a much bigger time scale, right? This has been playing out, this is almost a 2-year, 3 rising valleys, right, structure. And, it's just simple. It's 3 higher lows. And if you look at these 2 previous weekly candles that we just printed, we got 2 hammer candles about to print, right? Obviously, we got, still 4 days left in this weekly candle right here. But you guys can see that price has pushed down twice and been bought up by the bulls. And I think this is getting ready to form some type of low before we get, the impulse, right? This isn't, even impulsive price action. I think we're about to see the impulsive price action from these 3 higher lows. And I'm going to show you guys a couple times in the past where that has happened. All right. If we actually go look back over here in 2019 and 2020, what you guys notice is we have a very similar structure, right? And it's, what is it? It's the 3 higher low structure on a weekly closing basis, right? So over here in 2019, September 2019, we put in a low after, this little mini bear that we had here, right? This was, pretty big correction at the time, 70%. Put in a higher low. We came up, right? Put in a slightly higher high, came down, put in another higher low on a weekly close. Had a big pump over here in January, February 2020. Obviously, we had the COVID crash. But what was important about this COVID crash was the fact that we put in a higher low on a weekly closing basis. So we wicked below, but it was 3 higher lows, right? The 3 rising valleys. And what you can see after that 3 rising valley structure was Chainlink went on, if we just take from that weekly close higher low to the next really major pullback area, went on to a 918% run from that 3 rising valleys structure, right? Obviously, then a bigger pullback went up again in 2021. But never the fact, this was a major run for Chainlink after those 3 higher low structures. And you can see really after that 3rd higher low was formed, it was very, very impulsive, right? Not a lot of corrections, very impulsive price action, people chasing price, right? So you kind of look at where we have now, and what actually gets me more excited about this Chainlink chart is the chart painting the narrative? Is the chart painting what is going to happen on this black side of the screen is an impulsive run to the upside, right? That is being painted by the market makers here for us, all right? And my narrative has been that the utility coins will have major runs this year. And I still stand by that fact, the way this is playing out, right? Especially that we have these 2, weekly candles being bought up by the bulls like crazy right in here, forming another higher low, right? Have we seen this in another asset this year, right? And the answer is yes, right? We can actually go back and look at Doge from just in this bull market, right? If we don't even want to look at previous bull markets and you want to be the person who says, well, Jordan, that was back in 2019, 2020 when the market caps were so low, right? That we can get those big impulsive moves after these type of, this 3 higher low structure. We can just go back and look at this bull market, guys. And we go back to look at Dogecoin right here that has the same scenario, right? We had bear market, we put in 1 higher low, we put in 2 second higher low, we put in the 3rd higher low, right? After a pretty significant pullback here. And after that 3rd higher low, what did we get? Right? If you just look at the higher low from the top to the bottom, we had a 500% move on Dogecoin, right? Not even a utility coin at the time, but Dogecoin in this bull market. And Dogecoin is a higher market cap than Chainlink, right? So to sit here and say that it's impossible or we cannot get these moves in this bull market, right? Again, when we've seen it happen in another asset, which is Dogecoin, literally last year, I would argue that you might be slightly insane. And I would argue that we have the same exact chart forming here on Chainlink. All right. Now it is so, just to kind of say this again, if you're going to be the person who says market caps are too high to see those type of moves, we've seen it from a coin that was a higher market cap than Link itself. All right. Now that's all in great. That's all in great. But is there anything else we can look at to say, okay, is there any type of other clues that say that could be possible? Well, I continue to follow this Chainlink Bitcoin pair chart, guys. And this is basically Chainlink Bitcoin, all right? And I continue to follow this in the way that this is forming the Wyckoff accumulation on the Chainlink Bitcoin pair. Now, is this guaranteed? No. Have we seen these fail before? Yes, 100%. Nothing's guaranteed in the crypto space, all right? But we kind of go back to this and we kind of, what we just looked at, which is a 3 higher low structure, the fundamentals of Chainlink being a mating crypto, coin, Chainlink being at this crypto summit. Not going to say the crypto summit's going to pump coins. That could easily be a buy the rumor, sell the news, but I'm not really worried about the short term, guys. All right. This is the Chainlink Bitcoin pair chart. And if you guys know nothing about the Wyckoff accumulation schematic, what it is 3 lower lows, okay? 3 lower lows or 2 equal lows, and then 1 final 3rd major low. That is the spring, All right. And the way I'm looking at this Chainlink Bitcoin pair chart is this is a classic Wyckoff accumulation structure here for Chainlink Bitcoin, where you have the 3 lower lows, a third low that breaks the second low here, and then a very aggressive, right? It doesn't look that aggressive on the chart, but this was actually a 100% move, a very aggressive spring that gets you out of there. And what we have just formed over these past, 2 to 3 months, which have been, not the most fun, not the most fun 2 to 3 months, but nevertheless, what we've seen is we've actually seen a retest of that second low, which is called the test, right? The test. You're going back to test to see if you can now make a higher low, right? Testing that second low support, seeing if you can make that higher low. And if you kind of look at the chart in here and we kind of zoom in just a little bit, right, to get, maybe a little bit closer of a picture here, what you'll notice is the Chainlink Bitcoin pair chart is showing strength, right? We have 2 hammer candles, just like we just saw in the price chart. We are now forming 2 bullish hammer candles right at that support level, trying to form that higher low on the Chainlink Bitcoin pair. And I've made the argument that this is just one giant, you could call it 6-7 year Wyckoff pattern, right? Which is set up for this to eventually break higher to the upside, all right? Despite the narrative that altcoins can never do that again, which I completely disagree with, by the way. So still my thought process that the Chainlink Bitcoin pair will at least get back up to the top of the range here, which is, probably a 3x move against Bitcoin at this point. Now, 2.5x move against Bitcoin. But in my personal opinion, this is going to break into new above these highs, right? And form that classic Wyckoff structure before the end of this year, right? Which would be pretty aggressive. It would be pretty fast. But if you know anything about crypto, these moves typically happen very aggressive and very, very fast. All right. So that's still my thought process that this Chainlink Bitcoin pair chart will break out of this range into back up into these highs. Okay. Which once again, we've talked about this many, many times, would be about a 800% move against BTC. Once again, we go back to the chick. We go back to the Chainlink Bitcoin pair chart from these price levels, 800% move against Bitcoin, assuming Bitcoin does not move higher, which I think it will, puts Chainlink at about $156, assuming Bitcoin doesn't move higher. And once again, I think Bitcoin's going to move higher, which means that target could be even higher. But I'm going to stay slightly conservative. So this is the way I'm looking at Chainlink, guys, right? Another 3 rising valley structure, just like we saw over here in 2019 and 2020. If you want to be the person who argues that we can't see those moves because the market cap's too high, Dogecoin just did this last year with a market cap that was 3 to 4 times higher than Chainlink at the time. Okay? Combined with the fact that we have the Wyckoff accumulation structure with 2 hammer candles on the test on the Chainlink Bitcoin pair. I think we're about to see some fun times here ahead, guys, right? And this is not even talking about Bitcoin or the global liquidity, right? Or the fact that we're in extreme fear on the fear and greed index. It's not even to talk about any of those, guys. And we've talked about those like crazy. I think we're set up for some, very, very fun times over here for Chainlink. It's just a matter of getting through this little choppy period and forming this third higher low. All right. So super bullish on Chainlink, guys. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow, I wouldn't get my hopes up too much on the short term, right? We're still kind of forming this low. We got the Crypto Summit tomorrow. I wouldn't get too, pumped up or horny over the Crypto Summit tomorrow. That could easily be, some type of buy the rumor, sell the news event. Not too worried about the short term. This is a higher time frame view. If we start to pump tomorrow, great. I'm not hoping for it. I'm kind of going into tomorrow with very, very low expectations, as I think really anyone should. All right. So once again, not a short-term analysis. This is a high time frame analysis. And we'll see where we end up, by the end of 2025, guys. All right. I'm going to keep making Chainlink videos because Chainlink is my biggest altcoin holding. Bitcoin's my biggest holding, but Chainlink is my biggest altcoin holding. Let's see how it plays out in 2025. All right. So I'll catch you guys later. See you. I'm going to stream tomorrow at 7 p.m. 7 p.m., somewhere around that time, after the crypto summit. And we'll kind of talk about what happened. We could go up, we could go down the short term. Once again, I wouldn't get too carried away with what happens in the short term, guys. All right. Higher time frame views. And we'll see where we end up tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow on the live stream. Be there or be square. Peace out. Subscribe if you guys are new and you guys love Chainlink, because we're going to be making a lot of Chainlink content this year. I have a feeling we're going to be making a lot of Chainlink content, and you Link Marines are going to have a good year. All right. Fellow Link Marines, peace out.